The Battlefield Citation seeks to recognize and highlight just one veteran who the Center has supported during the past year, to illustrate the mission of the New England Center and Home for Veterans and its commitment to veteran success. The Center serves well over 1,000 veterans every year, and every veteran that we serve faces their own set of unique challenges and has their own aspirations for success.
Charlotte enlisted in the Air Force at the age of 23.
It was a sense of pride, knowing that I was doing something with my life that was positive, and serving my country. I felt like I found something that I really liked to do, and I stuck with it, and I did really well at it. So,
at the age of 27, Charlotte was honorably discharged with the rank of senior airman. Lessons she learned in the Air Force became a part of who she is today.
Being the only woman in that shop and everything, like I said, sort of did something and lit a fire inside of me, and I knew that I was always going to be a fighter.
Charlotte raised her children as a single mom. She worked full-time, but her income wasn't enough. Life then presented more challenges.
I was living in New Hampshire with my children, and my mom had a stroke, so my kids were already pretty much grown up, so I moved back to Massachusetts to help my mom out, and I moved in and everything. I lost my therapist. My brother and my nephew had passed away a month before on the same day. I was PTSD, depression, anxiety, and being in recovery from being homeless.
Charlotte was a resident in the women's dormitory at the center for 14 months. Her main objective was to find housing.
The motivation that came from Charlotte was incredible. I don't see that level of motivation very often. It was very impressive, especially considering how much she had been through and how she could have kind of wallowed, as can be easy sometimes. When we've been through so much, it can be hard to rise above, but she worked so hard every day to rise above all of what she'd been through, that was really special to see happen, and really key to her stay and her moving on.
She was able to engage in services in a really meaningful way and work collaboratively with her clinical case manager, Allison, and the housing team to help move her towards housing.
So it was really her credit and a little bit her income. And then the voucher came in and kind of took over and made it much easier.
And Charlotte faced her challenges gracefully. VASH voucher in hand, finding the right residence took time.
She really worked not only for herself, but she wanted to work and be successful so that she could help other vets down the line with the same issues that she was experiencing. I mean, she came in with that mindset that if this works for me, it can work for everyone who's in my position.
The thing that I really remember noticing was the hope, and I think that hope really became commitment, and I think the commitment became courage.
Tony Russo and Charlotte were both veterans who received services at the center. Charlotte has become an integral team member at the Bedford VA.
I knew that she was going to be, a hard worker, successful at her job, and the biggest thing, able to relate to the other veterans.
It's much easier to have somebody to be able to talk to someone who's kind of been through it, to kind of help with that reflection, and so the peers they're irreplaceable as far as I'm concerned.
She, I think, embodies the spirit of leave no one behind, because she just has that passion and that conviction, really. It was actually late in the day where most staff had already gone, and a veteran came by to see me, and he was in great despair, had just had a stroke, had a lot of medical complications. It compromised his ability to work. He stopped getting paid. He lost his housing. And so he was clearly in a crisis mode and just didn't know what to do. And she happened to be within hearing distance from me talking with this veteran and said, "Hey, I know what you're going through, and I can help you in terms of taking him to the places so that he can get the support that he needed. And he was willing to talk with her and was able to calm down. And the next day, he had appointments lined up, and he came in and he saw her instead. And she spent 3 hours walking him from program to program to program to get him set up with services. And so I'm like getting goosebumps and teary just thinking about it. I think she saved his life.
I didn't realize that I was a strong person until I moved into the center.
We seek to enable veteran success, and the veteran success that is achieved here at the center every day belongs to the veterans. Miss Charlotte Doherty's successes are uniquely her own, and it has been her persistence and her own personal striving that have made them a reality for her.
I can't help it. I am so proud of her. I just am amazed by her, actually. It's more of just an awe to see how hard she works and how insightful she is.
Charlotte's diligence and the great work of her support team has put her on a trajectory of success. She has an apartment she loves and a job that is perfect for her.
I'm a peer support specialist. I'm here living my dream. I'm doing what I love to do, what I have a passion for. Every day, there's always something to do to help another veteran.
The team here at the center has been inspired by Charlotte. We admire and are so proud of her. Congratulations to Ms. Charlotte Doherty for her recognition as the New England Center and Home for Veterans 2019 Battlefield Citation awardee.